Hello and welcome to my thesis video. My name is Miika Krinnilä, and in this short presentation you will get familiar with my thesis called Working Life Experiences of People with Physical Disabilities in SMEs in the EU. So, what is the thesis actually about? It is of course about people with disabilities, but did you know that they are considered a marginalized group of people around the world, including the Western societies? Roughly 1 out of every 4 people are considered disabled of all people living in the European Union, and as the population is aging and chronic illnesses have become increasingly more common, the population in this position is increasing. What brings us closer to the problem is in fact that almost half of the working age population living with disabilities is unemployed, and even though institutional, societal and other efforts, the problems with employment among people with disabilities is not going anywhere. This brings us to the research questions of the study. The first and the main question of the study is, why do people with disabilities continue to face employment challenges across the EU despite the presence of supportive frameworks? The additional questions that help us solving the main issue are, what kind of employment experiences do people with physical disabilities have in SMEs, and are these experiences similar, or do they differ across the countries in the EU, and why? Also, to ensure the study has some practical value as well, the last additional question is, how could diversity management be used in SMEs to influence the employment situation of people with physical disabilities? To ensure the feasibility of this study, the target countries were delimited to 4: Austria, Finland, Germany and Lithuania. Also, the focus group was delimited to people with physical disabilities. The theoretical framework of the study built a base understanding of physical disabilities and the societal situation of people with disabilities in the EU, continuing with the establishment of their situation in the employment landscape. Also, the supporting structures such as legal environment and diversity management were outlined, SMEs' views on people with disabilities were analyzed, and the currently identified problems regarding the employment of people with disabilities were explored from both employers' and employees' point of view. However, the theoretical framework could not explain the reasons why people with disabilities continue to face issues in employment. To get a deeper understanding of the underlying issues that could not have been found from the literature, the empirical part of the study was conducted using qualitative methods guided by a critical realist perspective. The research method used was qualitative interviews, which were conducted to gather experiences from both people with disabilities and SMEs' perspectives. The results of the research show that there is a lack of understanding about physical disabilities, which could be identified being a root cause of multiple challenges that people with disabilities face when it comes to employment. Also, the institutional effects on SMEs' perspectives on people with disabilities are dependent on societal and cultural contexts, which can be counted as also shaping the employment experiences of people with disabilities. Lastly, SMEs have a limited understanding of disabilities, diversity and diversity management. The fact is that diversity needs to be genuinely embraced before attempting to manage it, or otherwise the management efforts will consist of erratic, aimless actions. These results are tied to theoretical implications by providing insights regarding disability, employment and management studies, and practical implications come in the form of recommendations on how SMEs should move towards including diversity management into their strategies. All the themes are found deeper in detail in the thesis. Thank you for watching this video and please enjoy the thesis. Thanks.